Good morning, Aiken High. I'm Sam Taylor.
And I'm Michaela Tucker.
This week on AHS News, we look at last week's blood drive, student research projects, and the winners of our first annual Cutest Pet contest.
Live from the Hive, it's AHS News.
Last week at AHS, students and teachers had a chance to donate blood.
Here's Mr. Letter with more information.
Schools like Aiken High have hosted blood drives.
I sponsor the Rotary Interact Club here at Aiken High School, and together with Ms. Hofstetler, who sponsors the Beta Club, we were responding to the Shepherd Community Blood Center's desperate need for blood. Their donations are down, and we're all about service at Aiken High.
Some people make this a tradition in their life to donate blood.
I actually have had a relative in the past that was in an accident, and the need for blood after that accident was so high because she had lost so much. And she survived. A big reason why is because she received those donations that people give. I try to give blood as often as I can, which means you can give about every 8 weeks is when you're eligible, because you give and then you have to wait so long before you're eligible to give again. And so I try to do it as soon as I can, as soon as those 8 weeks are up.
They have to be at least 16, have to weigh at least 110 pounds, not have had a tattoo in the last 6 months, or not be sick, and so on. If you're 16, you need parental permission. If you're 17 or older, you do not.
You should not be scared to donate blood because it is for a very good cause.
I think a lot of people are a little bit scared about going in and donating blood, and it's nothing to be afraid of. They check you all out before you give. It is a quick and easy process. You can get in and out of the center within about 30 minutes, and that is from the time you sit down to the time that you have your little snack when you leave, because they do give you a snack and soda to kind of get your energy back up. But after that, everything's back to normal, and it's a great cause.
There are many other things that you can do to help this world besides donating blood.
I believe that one of the ways that students can make their high school careers more meaningful is to take part in some sort of service organization. There are many, many service organizations at Aiken High School. And start thinking about the needs of others and start acting on that impulse to serve. They find that high school becomes more meaningful.
Ms. Hostetler's students created some amazing projects based on issues within our community.
Let's take a look at what they have to say.
We had a few students show us their projects and tell us some background to why they chose this topic.
The topic is about the water runoff in Hitchcock Woods. I chose this topic because I personally spend time in Hitchcock Woods, and I thought that it was an issue that needed to be addressed.
Is COVID versus students' grades this year. I chose this topic because we were hoping that we could end up making a difference and maybe changed all the failing grades this year and stuff like that.
My topic is employment assistance for homelessness. I chose this topic because it's personal to me and I have experienced homelessness. I've seen homeless people within my community and it felt personal for me, so this is why I was passionate about.
After doing their research, we wanted to know what they found to be most interesting.
That even though Hitchcock Woods is located in Aiken, this serves as a national problem considering that it's one of the largest urban forests in North America.
I found interesting that 15% more students are failing than past years at just Aiken High.
I found interesting that there were various amounts of resources, statewide resources, local, because I only knew about local resources, so to find out that there were other resources around the world, it was interesting for me.
Next, we pulled aside a few people from the Aiken County School District and got them to share their thoughts.
Since I've lived through COVID for the last year, I stopped at a couple of the COVID topics, and those were very fascinating for me. But I also really enjoyed the Hitchcock Woods. I've lived in Aiken for a while, but I've never been to Hitchcock Woods, so it really has inspired me to get in there and take a look.
I think I was most surprised by the group of the ladies who did their research on the impact of COVID on academics and student learning. I was surprised that they were so interested in that, but I was actually impressed by what they learned and their ideas for improving it.
I learned some things about gang violence in Aiken County. Again, I learned about Hitchcock Woods. I learned that people have different perspectives about COVID and the impact that COVID has had on our community and on our schools and on our students. So hearing those different perspectives really helped me a lot.
I have learned a little bit. I think that the research they're doing is near and dear to me. For example, the Hitchcock Woods presentation, I go in Hitchcock Woods probably once every other week with my own kids. And so being able to see how our carbon footprint impacts the greatness of that fantastic park within our city that touches home to me. So I feel like I did learn a little bit about that.
I did. I learned a good bit about Hitchcock Woods. I actually don't live too far from there, but I just moved here, and so I haven't had an opportunity to go in. So now I'm looking forward to that. I also learned some things about the SPCA that I didn't realize, and some ideas and things that are impacting our overpopulation of dogs that I had never really thought about. So I think everybody did a great job. They obviously did a lot of research and were very knowledgeable about the topics that they were presenting.
We were then able to speak to the mayor of Aiken and ask him a few questions.
So there were some really interesting topics, and to be honest, I have not made it to some of them that I want to see. But I saw a lot of topics dealing with teens and depression. And I think in the middle of this, as we're coming out of this pandemic, but over the last year, I think we've all seen depression rising in all groups, but certainly I think among teens, and it seems like that's been an issue that's been reoccurring throughout some of the presentations. So that was interesting. There's some great local ones too, dealing with things like treasures like Hitchcock Woods, 2,100 acres within our city. Good presentation on that. There's some ideas about potholes and a lot of things on just treating people fairly and removing stigmas of kind of treating people where they live, sort of thing. So it's I think there's some good topics. This class has done a tremendous job on really addressing relevant issues for our city. Well, it was very important for me to be here today because a lot of times people look at high school and they look at students and say, well, these are the voices and leaders of tomorrow. But the truth is, they live in this world, in this town, in this city, in this community today. So it's important that their voices be heard now. And this is a great opportunity and avenue for me to meet one-on-one and to hear concerns through that. So I think it's very important that as city and community leaders, we understand that these voices and ideas are important and relevant today. And so I'm honored to be here, and I'm learning a lot as I am. So.
With just a few questions left, we thought it was important to hear why these people took time out of their day to come and see your projects.
I love being able to come out and see what students are doing. I miss being around children every day, students every day, because I know y'all aren't really children. So anytime I get an opportunity to come out and be in the classrooms and in schools to see what kids are learning and how they're using that knowledge, that's my favorite thing to do.
I just want to support our teachers and our students, and I knew that Aiken High students had put a lot of energy and a lot of work and a lot of research into these projects, and just wanted to let them know that I support them. I wanted their teachers to know that I support them as well.
I think anytime I get an opportunity to step out of the four walls of my white office and see what students are doing in the district is an excellent excuse to get out of there. So I'm here to see what students are doing in the district.
Lastly, we will take a look at the way the students felt before showing off what they learned compared to what was thought after viewing it.
I'm not too worried about it. I'm just have to make sure I get my information straight to present to people.
I'm feeling pretty good, hoping that we'll end up getting to some of the big people coming today.
I'm feeling nervous, but I feel good though because I felt nervous about the project, so I think I'll be doing okay.
They did an outstanding job. I felt like they were well prepared. They had their facts. They had the process of their research that they were able to explain to me. I thought they did a really good job.
I've seen about 3 presentations, and I think in every single case they are extremely knowledgeable. You can tell they spent a lot of hours doing research of all kinds, interviewing people, looking on websites, talking to individuals that have to do with maybe city leadership or business leadership. So I think that they've done a great job.
This year we held our first annual Cutest Pet contest.
Here are the winners.
Let's take a look at the finalists in this year's Cutest Pet contest. Zucorio, entered by Miss Wessinger Hannah. Buddy, entered by Kayla Washington. Athena, entered by Miss Wessinger Hannah. Stinkles, entered by Miss Anderson. Cricket, entered by Amelia Harper. Bing Bong, entered by Tito Castillo. Brinkley, entered by Mr. Red. Ray, entered by Mr. Phillips. Minerva, entered by Miss Wessinger Hannah. Ann Cooper, entered by Brent Callan. And the winners are... In third place, Ray, entered by Mr. Phillips. In second place, Zucorio, entered by Miss Wessinger Hannah. And in first place, Brinkley, entered by Mr. Red. Thank you to all those who entered our contest this year, and we look forward to seeing your entries next year.
And now for this week's announcements.
Papa John's Pizza will be sold every Friday during all 3 lunches, $2 a slice or $11 a box. Proceeds benefit Aiken High Athletics.
There will be a HOSA meeting every Monday morning during ILT in room C151.
Red Cross Club will meet every Tuesday during ILT in room C151.
Seniors, if you think you have 4 years of perfect attendance in high school, see Miss Lott in the main office.
The next gym meeting this week has been moved to today after school.
Cambridge ACE testing begins next week on Monday, April 26th. Check room assignments in the hallway for times or ask your ACE teacher if you have any questions.
Tickets for the senior gala are now on sale in Miss Lundine's room C250 for $10. If you would like to make a nomination for senior gala king or queen, please see Miss Lundine or Miss McMillan by Friday, April 30th.
There will be an FCCLA meeting in Miss Franklin's room E206 every Tuesday during ILT.
That's all for this week's AHS News.
Thanks for watching and go Hornets!